6 Common Myths About Diabetes, Debunked by Science. Sometimes health myths spread faster than the truth, especially when it comes to diabetes. Maybe you've heard someone say, if you eat too much sugar, you'll get diabetes, or only overweight people get it, or even once you have diabetes, your life is basically over. And maybe deep down, you've worried about some of those things yourself. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of people all over the world are living with diabetes or are at risk of developing it, and many are navigating their health through half-truths and misconceptions. But here's the thing, understanding the truth about diabetes can literally change how you live, eat, and care for your body. So today, let's clear the fog together. Let's talk about 6 of the most common myths about diabetes and uncover the real science behind them. Grab a cup of tea, take a deep breath, and let's walk through this together, calmly, clearly, and compassionately. Myth number 1, eating too much sugar causes diabetes. This is probably the most common myth out there. We've all heard it since childhood, don't eat too much candy or you'll get diabetes. But here's the truth, eating sugar alone doesn't directly cause diabetes. Let's break that down scientifically. There are 2 main types of diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune condition where the body's immune system attacks insulin-producing cells in the pancreas. It has nothing to do with sugar intake or lifestyle. Type 2 diabetes, which is far more common, develops when the body becomes insulin-resistant, meaning your cells stop responding properly to insulin, the hormone that helps move sugar, glucose, from your blood into your cells for energy. Now, while eating sugar alone doesn't cause diabetes, a long-term diet high in added sugars, refined carbs, and processed foods can contribute to weight gain, increase belly fat, and raise insulin resistance, all of which can eventually lead to type 2 diabetes. So the key takeaway isn't to fear sugar completely, but to understand balance. Natural sugars in fruits or dairy are fine when eaten in moderation. What matters most is your overall diet and lifestyle, not one food group. Science says a large 2010 meta-analysis published in Diabetes Care found that people who consumed more sugar-sweetened beverages had a 26% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. But again, this risk is due to chronic overconsumption and excess calories, not one sweet treat here and there. Myth number 2, only overweight people get diabetes. This one is tricky because weight and diabetes are connected, but not in the way most people think. Yes, being overweight, especially with excess belly fat, increases your risk for type 2 diabetes. That's because visceral fat, the fat stored around your organs, releases inflammatory molecules that make your body more resistant to insulin. But many people with type 2 diabetes aren't overweight at all. In fact, studies show that around 10 to 15% of people with type 2 diabetes are of normal weight. Genetics, ethnicity, age, and even stress levels play a big role. For example, people of South Asian, African, and Hispanic descent can develop insulin resistance at lower body weights compared to others. And then there's type 1 diabetes, which has nothing to do with weight whatsoever. It can affect anyone, even children and young adults who are thin and active. So the truth? Body weight can influence risk, but it's not the whole story. What matters more is your body's sensitivity to insulin, your diet, your sleep patterns, and how active you are. Myth number 3. People with diabetes can't eat carbs. This is one of the biggest misunderstandings that causes unnecessary fear and guilt. Here's the science. Carbohydrates are not the enemy. They're your body's main source of energy, and even people with diabetes need them. The key is choosing the right kinds of carbs and pairing them with fiber, protein, or healthy fats to prevent blood sugar spikes. Refined carbs like white bread, pastries, sugary drinks, and white rice break down quickly into glucose, raising your blood sugar fast. But complex carbs like whole grains, legumes, fruits, and vegetables digest slowly and give a steady release of energy. According to the American Diabetes Association, carbs can make up about 45 to 60% of daily calories for people with diabetes, depending on individual needs. It's all about quality, quantity, and timing, not cutting out an entire food group. So yes, you can enjoy that slice of whole grain bread, just be mindful of what you pair it with. For example, having it with avocado or eggs slows down digestion and keeps your blood sugar more stable. Myth number 4, diabetes is not a serious disease. Some people think diabetes is just a little high blood sugar, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Diabetes is a chronic condition that affects nearly every system in the body. If not well managed, it can damage blood vessels, nerves, kidneys, eyes, and even the heart. According to the World Health Organization, Diabetes is one of the leading causes of blindness, kidney failure, heart attacks, and strokes worldwide. But here's the hopeful part. Managing blood sugar through a balanced lifestyle and proper medical care can dramatically reduce those risks. For example, the landmark UKPDS, United Kingdom Prospective Diabetes Study, found that tight glucose control reduced the risk of eye disease by 25% and kidney complications by 33%. So yes, diabetes is serious, but it's also manageable and controllable. You're not powerless. With the right care and consistency, many people live long, healthy, fulfilling lives. Myth number 5. If you have diabetes, you can't live a normal life. Let's set this straight. Having diabetes does not mean your life is over. In fact, thousands of people live full, vibrant, active lives with diabetes every day. The difference lies in understanding your body and making mindful choices. Modern science has come a long way. Today, there are continuous glucose monitors, CGMs, smart insulin pumps, and improved medications that make diabetes management easier than ever. The truth is, diabetes is a condition you manage, not something that defines you. With the right support, nutrition, exercise, and stress management, people with diabetes can travel, work, play sports, have families, and enjoy food just like anyone else. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Each small step matters. Choosing water over soda, going for a walk after dinner, checking your blood sugar regularly, or even taking time to rest. Myth number 6. Type 2 diabetes is irreversible. This is one of the most hopeful myths to debunk because science now shows that type 2 diabetes can be put into remission in many cases. Notice I didn't say cured, but remission. That means blood sugar levels return to the normal range without medication for an extended period. How? Through significant lifestyle changes, especially weight loss, improved diet, and increased physical activity. Research from the Direct Trial, Diabetes Remission Clinical Trial, in the UK found that nearly 46% of participants with type 2 diabetes went into remission after following a structured low-calorie diet program for 1 year. Some maintained it for over 2 years. The mechanism behind it is fascinating. Losing excess fat, especially from the liver and pancreas, helps restore insulin sensitivity and allows the pancreas to produce insulin more effectively. Even modest weight loss, around 5 to 10% of body weight, can significantly improve blood sugar control and insulin response. So, while diabetes may not be curable, it's absolutely possible to reclaim control over your health and live symptom-free with commitment and consistency. If there's one thing I hope you take away from today's conversation, it's this. Diabetes is not your fault, and it's not the end. It's a condition that thrives on misinformation and fear. But the truth is, when you understand your body and make small, steady changes, you can live a long, powerful, and healthy life. Start small. Replace one sugary drink with water. Add 5 extra minutes of walking to your day. Eat a bit more fiber. Sleep an hour earlier. These simple shifts compound over time. Because your health isn't defined by one diagnosis, it's defined by the daily choices you make, one step at a time. If this video helped you see diabetes in a new light, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need a little hope today, and subscribe for more science-based, heart-centered health content. Remember, you have more power over your health than you think. Stay curious, stay kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.